Palm Nations. What's going on? For Imaginary Island number 5. I don't really know, Zach. I really don't know. Probably. You know how he is. A little better. There's no telling about him at all. He needs to show back up, though. I ain't seen that Joker in forever. Probably so. There's 3 it is. Tough to get in there. How you been, brother? Did y'all get hit by a lot of snow last week? It's actually better now. We've been in the 70s the last 2 or 3 days, so definitely not complaining. What is up, Panda Man? Yeah, Tennessee Palms. We did Zach. We did too. The new name change is going to get me for a little bit, brother. Let's see here. It's going to get me for a little bit. Yeah, I think we got up to about 77 yesterday and 74 today. So it has been something. That's the second snow we've gotten this year. That's pretty crazy. Oh my God, what is going on with this thing? I have completely burnt my jig here. Pull it out of here. I've never seen so much snow here before. Yeah, it was pretty tough down here too, man. I mean, that's probably the most snowfall accumulation that I've ever seen for sure. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Hope I don't ever see it again. Man, Panda, I couldn't imagine that kind of snowfall. Could not imagine. I mean, we probably only got, I'd say probably 5 inches of snow and then probably another 3 inches of freezing rain together. That the Weather Channel showed up there. They was doing their broadcast down here because it was supposedly some sort of historic snowfall, and they were like, "Why ain't the snow plows out yet? I don't understand." I was like, "Dude, we don't even have snow plows. We don't even know what they are." About that much. Yeah, nobody's ever even heard of those. Pull off a little bit of that. Yeah, we don't even have salt trucks. That's just, we don't really have anything, and but we don't get snow and ice very often either. I mean, I can remember a few times in my life having a little bit of snow, and that's about it. I remember ice storm when I was a kid that was pretty rough, but other than that, I mean, there we go. And a man, what's up, brother?
Not much of you.
Pretty good, pretty good.
So, want to know something that's like really stupid though?
Let's hear it.
So there's this big town near me.
Uh-huh.
So we're no strangers to snow. It's no, obviously we get a lot of snow up here.
Yeah.
It's Illinois, Wisconsin, that stuff. Halloween 2 years ago, we got a few inches of snow on Halloween.
Uh-huh.
And so we knew about the snow like a week at least before Halloween.
Yeah.
And one of the towns near us never bothered to get their snowplows ready.
That wasn't very helpful, was it?
And they didn't bother to try doing it for 12 hours after it started snowing.
Oh, well, that was useless.
like I get it if we were in the South, like you guys know, because
yeah.
But it was in Wisconsin.
Yeah, they're supposed to know.
Yeah. Like, we're no strangers to getting snow in October.
Oh yeah.
We knew about the snow at least a week before Halloween, before it snowed. And they didn't start putting plows on the trucks until 12 hours after it started snowing.
Good Lord. That's pretty rough there. Pretty rough.
I want to say it was like 3 inches of snow, something like that. It wasn't just light dusting either.
Yeah. That's enough to cause some hassle anyways.
Yeah.
Dang, popped it too early. Yep. So, new place, huh? I
Yeah.
seen it on Snapchat earlier, actually. I was going to text you earlier about it. Talk to you about it a little bit. Guess it's coming on strong, huh?
Ooh, yeah.
Getting excited?
Yes, I am.
Heck yeah. I would be too. Oh, this freaking round rubber is a pain in the butt to work with.
The nice thing is that the place I'm moving to,
Uh-huh.
it's one of the best towns in all of Illinois to move to. Do you like to live in?
Yeah, well, that's the way to do it.
I'm 1 mile away from my grandparents.
Oh, hey.
It's like I could walk there in less than half an hour, you know? But I could
Yeah.
drive there in like 3 minutes.
Heck yeah.
And
That's always good to be close to family like that.
oh, yeah.
You said your mom's moving that away too, huh?
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
because the town over, which is also one of the best towns to live in,
Uh-huh.
my great grandfather had a house there.
Yeah.
And he had his house until he passed away back in October. And so the family still owns it because it takes a while to do the whole estate
Oh yeah.
thing. So my mom's going to buy my great grandfather's house.
Oh sweet.
So she's only like 2.5 miles away, something like that. So it's only like a 6 minute drive or something like that,
Nice. Very nice. That'd be nice to be close to everybody.
Oh yeah.
And is it a shorter drive for work for you?
Oh yeah.
Oh heck.
So right now, if I'm lucky, I can get to work in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Um, Now I'm going to be about 15 minutes away from work.
Oh heck yeah. That's a game changer there.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
The first place I looked at was like 2 minutes away from work,
Yeah.
and I could like literally walk to work,
Yeah.
but they were asking way too much for that property. So I started looking elsewhere, and I found this one in 15 minutes away that just has so much more.
Yep.
And it's like realistically 15-minute drive. That's not that bad of a drive to go to work.
No, shoot, I do that every day. I mean, that's about how far I am from work, and it's not bad. Oh yeah, that jig's gonna be bad for bone. Trim these flashbacks a little bit. Oh heck yeah! I'm trying out new stuff on my jigs.
Nice.
Figured that was gonna work pretty good, but that is gonna work. Maybe just a little less rubber, but it's gonna be good. So. Uh-oh. Not good, Zach. Not good at all. Oh man. But yeah, that's exciting for sure.
So I'm also a mile away from a forest reserve.
Yeah.
Um, 2 miles away from a horse track.
Nice.
which has a train station right next to it as well.
Sweet.
So if I ever wanted to get into Chicago, well,
Go
I got,
hop on the train and go, huh?
oh yeah.
Sweet.
Well, O'Hare Airport, which is like in Chicago, that's 15 minutes away from me.
Yeah.
So like, I can drive into the city too, but realistically, Metro's a lot better way to go
Oh yeah.
because you don't have to sit in traffic.
Yeah, no
And
doubt.
you don't have to worry about parking.
No doubt. Just hop on the train and get it.
Oh yeah. Plus, I love trains, so it kind of works out great too.
But never been on a train. Never been on one. I'd like to. Like I've got one like less than a mile away from my house here. I can hear it go through there all the time, but it's not a passenger train. You know,
Right.
it's just a cargo train.
Dude, I got so mad the other day.
Oh yeah.
So, so I had to drop off a product for a customer, and so I was driving through, and this train shut down, and like something happened to the train,
Yeah.
and I couldn't stop and watch because I had to work.
Is this working?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Zach. I'm not paying attention to the little notifications. My bad.
So I was going to tell you. So remember how we got that snow, right?
Yeah.
For like the first day, everything was just covered in like sleet and some kind of crap. It was hard as a rock and slippery.
Yeah.
And then it snowed on top of that, so the roads were actually drivable. And then my county has this great idea to use the road graders, and those aren't made to plow snow; they're made to resurface gravel roads.
Yeah.
So they just scraped the snow off of it and left the ice.
Yeah.
And then they're wondering why everybody's wrecking. I mean, there was cars in the ditch. There's cars that couldn't make it to their houses. Just cars abandoned everywhere.
Yeah.
It was just like, what's going on over here? It's so stupid. I've never seen anything like it.
Yep, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But
I gotta make a call real quick, so I'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
All right, man. Just get back on when you get done.
I will.
All right, man. But yeah.
You think the chiggers died?
What's that?
You think the chiggers died?
No, it ain't.
Yeah, I don't think so, because I just brushed off 2 ticks off of me.
Now I do know this. I've got some outside dogs, and of course I had them set up with a heat lamp and bed and all that on my back porch. But they love to roam around a little bit, and I try to pull all the ticks off of them I can, anyways. But they had a few, and what few that was on there, yeah, they died. So
I don't know about over there, but here you walk in the woods about July, and you'll have these microscopic ticks, and there's going to be thousands of them just crawling up your legs. You just got to jump in the shower and pray to God that you get all of them off you.
Yep. It's the same way here, man. Them little ticks are bad. And
I've never seen that many ticks before, like last year. It wasn't even that hot.
It was year before last, we had a terrible problem with them. They were awful. And this past year wasn't that bad, but year before last, it just ticks everywhere. It was ungodly. But like I said, this year
it was like
see when I think it was year before last we had mosquitoes real bad too. Them suckers. Ooh.
Oh, mosquitoes are always bad here.
I mean, we have
What
them
really
bad
sucks
all the time, but it seemed like year before last it was just awful. I don't know whether
that
it was wetter or what, but
You know that feeling when you come back or when you're fishing at night and there's like
Yeah.
so many mosquitoes, it feels like you rolled around in poison oak?
Yeah.
And it takes like a week for that to go away. It just itches like crazy. It's just so bad you
Yep.
scratch until you start bleeding.
Yep. You know, for some reason around here, like if I go night fishing or whatever, between the time it gets dark till about 10 o'clock, the mosquitoes will about there and tote you away. They're awful.
Well, it's
I
the
mean,
same way here.
hear them buzzing, just constantly biting you. But it seems like the closer it gets towards 10, they just quit biting altogether.
They get tired.
They'll just completely leave you alone all night long. They'll just leave you alone. And then about 5 o'clock in the morning, they'll come back. And I've never understood that. You know, you figure mosquitoes, they'd be out all night, but I guess it gets cool enough they don't move around that much. But yeah.
Yep, that's how it goes. They just love it when you're out there.
Oh yeah. So I think the best thing to do is just wait till it's pitch black dark and then go out there.
Yeah, that's about it.
Maybe they can't see.
Then you have the problem of trying to find your spot, though.
I ain't never had.
But that's what a spotlight's for. That's what we got a spotlight for, anyway.
This lake over here that I grew up on, I know it like the back of my hand. It don't. I barely run with a spotlight most of the time. So
You know, I know a guy that he thinks every snake is a cottonmouth.
yeah, they are. No, he's wrong. Every one of them's a cobra.
That's how it is. I like to
There's
play
no
with the
such
little.
thing as a good one.
I like to play with king snakes. You know why?
Yeah, because they eat other ones.
That's
I don't
that's
play with
right.
them.
I've had good experiences with them. They don't really bother me, but
I like to shoot snakes.
well, that's a lot of fun. But that's illegal over here.
Really?
Yeah, I think you can go to jail here for that. I know
Well,
it's illegal. You can't kill them.
What they
They're
don't know
protected.
won't hurt them.
Hey, what the government doesn't know is not their problem.
Exactly.
If they got a problem with it, I was protecting myself. I
That's
thought it was a
right.
cobra. I thought it was a king cobra trying to attack me. I didn't know it was a.
Yep. But yeah, shoot, I don't care much for snakes at all. I mean, I can tolerate them, but not. No, thank you.
It would suck to be an Australian and living in Australia with how
no
poisonous
kidding.
those snakes are over there.
No kidding.
There's some stuff in Australia that'll kill you in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, there's some stuff in Australia that'll kill you instantly too. I don't want no part in none of them.
You see any gators yet?
No, I haven't. Which I haven't been out on the water yet. I haven't
Oh
been
yeah,
able to get through.
should have thought about that. Everything was frozen over.
We did have a little bit of ice on our lake, and that's the first time I've ever seen that.
I have never seen ice here. I mean, I've seen ice in like little puddles and stuff, but never in a pond.
I've seen several ponds freeze over, which I have seen ponds freeze over before, but this is the first year I've ever seen our lake freeze over, and it just in places. It wasn't fully froze over. But,
this is the first year ever I could have sworn there was chunks of ice going down the creeks. I've never seen that before.
Yeah,
because that's usually fresh water and it's usually warmer than air. Because when that comes out of the ground, it's about at 50 degrees, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's depending on what's going on, Jeff. How are you, man? But I don't know. Our water temps got low enough for it to freeze across the top of it, and I just thought that was insane. Like I said, I've never seen that before. And a matter of fact, do what?
Said I wonder if Muskie knows you're live.
Seems like he come on the stream day before yesterday. But
I talk to him like every day. We joke around about different stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't talked to him in a while. Of course, like I said, we got the Discord or whatever, but I don't hardly ever use it. And
It seems like the Discord went
nobody ever
silent
gets
for like
on
a
it.
full
So.
3 months, didn't it?
Do what?
So it seems like the Discord went silent for like a full 3 months.
Oh yeah, like I said, it's just nobody
I
ever
said
gets
hi
on
on there, and nobody showed up.
I don't ever worry about getting on it much, and I don't know. Like I said, I ain't seen Muskie in forever, and I want to say he come on the stream the other night though, but I don't think he was here, but just for a minute. Zach, not Zach. James, you can't ever find him nowhere, and that dude is so just.
What happened to James? James is just missing. MIA.
Goes missing for several months. What's up, Frontier?
Sometimes it makes you wonder what happened to him.
There's no telling. No telling whatsoever.
I almost feel like I should make a wanted poster or missing person poster and start posting it around saying James is missing.
Yeah, no
James
doubt.
Shaw.
But didn't
You
James
message
say
him on Facebook and he doesn't show up. Yeah, he's in California. I think he said he's just right outside of LA.
Oh heck. Wow.
He moved from one bad city to an even worse city.
Yeah, no doubt. James, you need to keep moving, man.
I don't think there's any place to go even fishing in that area.
Oh, screw that.
As dry as it is over there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even go fishing if there was a lake there. You'd get shot trying to go fishing.
Well, that's the problem over there. It's probably an act of Congress just to get a fishing license to go fishing. And I don't know.
According to the state of California, everything causes cancer.
Yeah, fishing causes cancer, everything. So, you must have sent that to me. Private chat. How do I get back here? All right. Yeah, man, I don't know. Ain't no way I could live over there with all that.
I would hate to live just in Memphis.
Yeah, no doubt.
Memphis is that one city that if it would just break off and fell into the Mississippi River, nobody in the rest of the state would notice. Yeah.
Nobody would care. We got several of them down here too.
Yeah, New Orleans.
Exactly.
New Orleans.
Shreveport's the same way.
New Orleans has the perfect climate and it's just destroyed. It's like the Detroit of the South.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. So, I don't know. I try to stay away from down there as much as possible.
I wasn't around for too long, but I reckon at some point those cities were nice to visit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's still fun stuff to do down there and whatnot, but it's not clean at all.
You go down Memphis.
Down there if I absolutely have to.
Last time I've been through Memphis, I could have sworn that every single one of the skyscrapers in Memphis had all the windows beaten out of it.
Probably so.
I think the tallest building in Memphis is fully abandoned. And it's just, I think it was even on the news saying they had a homeless problem with people living inside of there.
Well, shoot, I mean, if it's abandoned, let them live in it.
Why not? Nobody wants to go there anyway.
Yeah, no doubt.
Do you see how fast Nashville's growing? It's crazy.
Yeah. So, Jeff said West Memphis is worse.
West Memphis?
Yeah.
No matter what part of Memphis you're in, whether it's in Arkansas or East Memphis, it's going to be bad. Because Memphis is going to be Memphis.
Yep. So, never been to Memphis. Never been to, well, I say that. Maybe I have. Yeah, I think I have been to Memphis before. It was when I was young, but I don't remember it.
One thing that puzzles me about Memphis is when you're on I-55 and you're coming up to the bridge, it's an intersection and the interstate ends, and you have to turn right and get onto this ramp thing and enter a second highway, and then you're back on the interstate. I mean, what did they do that for? Why didn't they just make a turn?
You're asking the wrong person. Most of the time, you can't ever tell what road architects do for a reason.
Sometimes you just get on the road and, oops, you're in Mississippi.
Yeah. Oh, I got to get me some more lead. I'm about out. Just about out of lead.
That reminds me, I got to start melting some lead.
That's what I'm doing right now. Melting some up.
I got the molds and everything.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Do you ever just drive down the road and just see a piece of lead that fell off the wheel weights?
Yeah.
I don't know what they're called. And just pick them up and use them?
I have never tried them. Actually, wheel weights are made out of a different alloy than just straight lead. And I don't know. It's I've heard that it's a lot different than just working with soft lead. So I've never tried them, but I mean, I wouldn't be opposed from them. I've got a fella that can get me several of them.
I have a whole box of them.
Yeah. So, but as of right now, I went to a junkyard down here. The fella I know that has a junkyard, and he gave me like 35 pounds of lead, and which I got it somewhere. I just don't know exactly where it's at. But right now, I'm using lead roof jacks that I got, and they work extremely well for melting down, making weights and whatnot. It's just, I mean, these roof jacks are almost pure lead. They're soft lead. They work extremely well. So,
Purest the better.
no doubt. So, but yeah, that's finna have to get me some more of them, or just go buy some lead from somewhere. So, it's probably what I ought to do, just order me some lead.
How much does that cost?
Lead's not expensive. I just don't want to go through the aggravation of having to order it and get it here. You know, it's fairly readable to, easy to get, and I don't want to go through the aggravation of having to get it when it's so easy to get. But I don't think it's. I think the last time I looked, you can get a pound of it for like $2 or $3 maybe.
You know how they used to make water lines out of lead?
Yeah.
Those are probably like the best source. Find somewhere where they
that
took
lead
all that
I got
lead.
from that junkyard. That's what a lot of that is from, is sewer lines and whatnot. That's lead. And a matter of fact, I think it's in the bucket outside. I'm not 100% sure. I need to go look, but yeah.
If you need lead, you could always go to Flint.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll run a couple of gallons of water.
I wonder if they still have that problem there.
Oh no, they're bound to fix it by now. That's been a long time ago. I'm gonna have to run inside. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. Uh-oh, he left me. Everybody left me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to run off. I didn't mean to run off. Well, I sure appreciate it. Miss Mud Tramp, how are you? Again. Let's see. I appreciate you for showing up. And Zach, your phone has COVID. That sucks, man. And
Aloha.
what's up, brother? Hey,
Not
go back
much.
to your story, man. I'm sorry about that earlier.
Oh, wait. What, the snowplow? Or
Yeah.
yeah, so like we knew it was gonna snow a few inches, and they never put the plows on until 12 hours after it started snowing.
Oh, wow.
And if I remember correctly, it snowed like at least 3 or 4 inches.
Golly. That sucks.
Like, we're no strangers to getting snow in October, so it's like they should all have the plows at least on the trucks by mid-October.
Yeah.
Like, at least around here, because that's just how things work.
Yeah. That's crazy. Crazy.
We knew for like over a week before it snowed. It's just not like it snuck up on us.
Yeah. About made a mess here with my lid. Oop. Zach's trying to get back in. They must have kicked him off again. Oh, here he is. All right.
What is StreamYard doing to me?
I don't know. I don't know. If
Like
it's you
it
or
did
what.
it for like the third time. It just magically quit on me right before you.
Well, I was fitting to click on you there, but you was already gone. And Panda, this is Zach. Zach, this is Panda.
Howdy.
Sorry about that.
Actually, I should be the one saying aloha. I'm the one who lives in the Palmy area.
I'm sure, and I should be the one saying howdy because I'm usually the one who says that.
You're right. You do. Definitely.
Like, usually the only time I say aloha is when I walk into work.
Yeah.
Because
Definitely.
if I'm going into work, I say aloha. If I just greet anyone else out of work, I say howdy, hey.
I'm trying to figure out why my neighbor's roof is glowing.
Why, it's glowing?
Yeah, I just looked outside. Their roof looks like it's glowing. I don't know. Maybe it's just shiny, reflecting.
Something's wrong with the roof. They don't have solar panels, do they?
What is a solar panel?
What?
I'm joking.
I was about to say, you better be. I mean, I don't know nothing about them either, but
You know what I'd like to know?
what's that?
Lucky for me, Pickwick Dam powers my house, but town, like Selmer and stuff,
Uh-huh.
half of it's powered by solar panels. You know, when all that ice came through,
Yeah.
I wonder if they had any. I wonder how that worked out.
Probably not very well. They were probably out there rushing, trying to get the snow off of them.
Kind of like T-Dot, except T-Dot just completely gave up on life. They cleaned one road, and then they were like, you know what? Let's just give up and wait.
Well, they didn't even attempt cleaning none of our roads.
See, we got all this stuff that would help somewhat because other parts of the state get snow.
Yeah.
Like the Smoky Mountains and stuff, they always get snow there.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it works, but I guess that the government just supplies the whole entire state with stuff, and that's how we got ours.
Uh-huh.
We don't have the snow plows.
Yep. That's kind of
So
what I was thinking. You know, it's like I was thinking maybe North Arkansas or maybe possibly Tennessee. Y'all would be the closest thing we would have to having a snowplow.
And we don't even have them.
Yep.
All they have is liquid de-icer over here, and that's about it.
I mean, we got motor graders, but don't nobody. I mean, that's all having, you know, people using them for dirt roads and stuff. So,
Did you just say liquid de-icer?
Yes, they basically they mix water with like salt or potato juice, and they put that on the roads.
So,
salt and potato juice?
Yes, they use potato juice. I didn't know that works, but apparently it does.
That sounds like a Lay's potato chips drink.
Well, that's what it pretty much is.
Hey, I'm in.
Would you like some salted road with that?
Yeah, sure.
So at first I was gonna say I never heard of liquid de-icer, but now that I think of it, they use also with planes, so it's kind of like
yeah. We've got, you know, you can buy liquid de-icer here, but
you know, when I lived in Chicago, we got about 3 feet of snow in less than 8 hours back in 2011.
I remember that.
I was in 3rd grade when that happened.
I'm from Chicago too.
Nice. I don't like it up there.
I'm nowhere close.
That city is like the worst place anybody could possibly live. It was great when I was little, but now I wouldn't pay 10 cents to go see it again.
See, right now I live right up by Gurnee, and I live in Munland, and now I'm moving to Arlington Heights.
Arlington Heights. I used to live just right outside of Arlington Heights.
Sweet.
If you go to Palatine, you'll go through hell. When I was there was about 68,000 people in that suburb.
See, my great grandfather had a house in there, and my mom's buying it right now.
I hope you don't end up over by where I live. That place started really nice, and by the time we moved, it was a ghetto. It was just absolutely destroyed. It went from a bunch of old folks to a bunch of gang wars in a matter of 4 years.
Man. Oh no, I'm gonna make a big mess.
Yeah,
I wonder how they did in the winter. I know somebody that still lives up there. I just didn't hear out of them.
It's where my mom's moving to right now. It's a really nice place still, and like there's a bunch of like CEOs and stuff living there. So
oh, that's not that bad.
Yeah. Well, it ain't
hey,
nothing
Jeremy.
like... What's that?
You know, in my mom's country, you can't legally go outside unless you have 2 masks on.
Yeah.
That's not a joke. They made that a law there.
Screw
which
that.
country?
Czech Republic.
Oh.
It was not like that when I was little. I don't know what happened there, but clearly the commies had returned.
Excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, no thank you. No thank you. I had to wear a mask today. I'm kind of pissed off about it.
Man, screw the government. Let's just go outside and be ourselves because this virus is obviously never going to go away. What do they want
Well,
us to do? Surgically implant masks?
well, I'm not saying, nothing to do about the mask or whatnot. I understand that people are getting sick from it and whatnot. But the way I see it is it's my choice to wear a mask.
Exactly.
If you're scared of it, you wear a mask.
I've
It's
already
my
had it.
choice to
Not
wear a
that
mask.
bad. Well, for some
It's
people,
different for everybody. It is. I mean,
that is true.
People handle it differently. And I know it's a lot worse on some. I heard a story about a woman earlier today that she passed away from it. And
If you look at the statistics, the death rate in the United States hasn't really changed in the past year.
yeah. Well, I mean, a lot
Because
of it.
people have suddenly stopped dying of old age and stuff, that's kind of...
Well, it's not. It's all the stuff that people are dying from are stuff that they were going to die from anyways, regardless. What's up, survival? How are you? But yeah, it's just kind of like diabetes or heart disease or stuff, and they catch COVID, and it's a lot worse on them, and it makes their condition a lot worse. And like I said, I'm not trying to sound like I'm not sympathetic to it or whatnot. And I understand it's a real deal.
It's the real thing, and you just gotta learn to live with it. We can't be living in fear the rest of our lives.
Well, the way I see it, if the good Lord's going to take me out with a virus, then so be it.
There's nothing you can do about it. Exactly.
Nothing I can do about it. That's how it's wrote down. And that's how it's going to happen. Just let it be. But this whole having to wear a mask and then wanting to wear two masks and all that crap, that ain't nothing but a bunch of bull crap. And
didn't Dr. Fauci write something about during I don't remember if it was the swine flu or the bird flu, but he did write something about how wearing mask was deadly because of...
Well, I mean, you're sitting there breathing all your carbon dioxide that you're trying to get rid of. It's
not only that,
for you.
But you know how all the moisture coming out of your mouth and nose and stuff that builds up on that's got to be cooking bacteria like crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely not healthy. But like I said, if you want to wear a mask, great, get after it. But I shouldn't be forced to have to wear a mask. And
see, that's where they got I forgot the term of that.
I don't even know.
I've completely forgot the word I was looking for, but
like I said, just politics and everything in general, I'm done.
It's all about control.
I'm done with every bit of it.
I just wish people would leave us alone.
I'm right there with you. I'm done with watching the news. I'm just done with it all. I can't stand it no more. What's up, Trapping with Jinx? How are you? But yeah, I'm just done with everything. Just let me live my life, and we'll go on with that. So, oh man, yeah, they made me wear one today. Which I mean, I went into a doctor's office to work on some electrical and whatnot, and I understand there were some elderly folks in there, and I don't mind wearing it if I have to. But I also had to wear one today when I went to a gas plant. I never come within 20 feet of anybody. And that right there is bullcrap. There's no reason I should have had to wear a mask. So,
well, you're an electrician, right?
Electrician, heat and air, yeah.
Well, you should have told them that you can't see with the mask on, and you got to be able to see what you're doing, or the place would burn down.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's
what I can't stand is having that thing on my face for at least 10 minutes, and then you just start feeling the moisture just build up, and
oh yeah, I mean,
just gross.
Man, I'm a fat guy. It doesn't work out good for me. I can't breathe.
And then you see the people with like 25 masks on.
Yeah. Like I said, if you're scared, that scared, I had a dude in the grocery store here the other day. He was, everybody wear their mask, just doing that typical crap. And I don't know. He was getting a little belligerent because I wasn't wearing a mask, and I'm like, dude, you got a mask on. If you're that scared, you're doing what you're supposed to. You're protecting yourself. I mean, you're doing what you're supposed to. So just move along,
You know how we had
call
this
the scene over it.
You know that historic freeze that came through?
Yep.
Somebody was making fun of it on one of the Palm forums saying, you guys still believe in global warming? And then some idiot said something about the North Pole leaking cold air, and that was a result of global warming.
Oh, yeah.
So let me get this straight. There is a hole in the ground in the North Pole that's like a giant refrigerator, and it's leaking cold air.
Yeah, somebody left the door open, huh?
Where do these people make this stuff up? I just have to know.
Just don't. It's best not to even think about it. Best not to even
It's
think
like
about
the
it.
island's going to collapse or tip over because the military population is too big.
Yeah.
You see that one?
No, I didn't.
I got to send you that one. That one's funny. Just some congressman just sitting, doesn't know what he's talking about, and then he decides to make something up real quick, and it's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Oh, yeah, that's how all of it is. And but like I said, I've done got to where if I see any kind of political post on social media, just scroll past it. Anything on the news, I don't even turn on the news anymore. Any of them, I can't stand to.
I have not turned the TV on since 2016.
That stuff is so depressing to me. I cannot sit there and watch it.
I think I know exactly what it is. You've got the virus, that's putting fear into people.
Yep.
And then you have the news because, the rest of us that, it doesn't scare us. So they got to make everybody depressed.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I just assume not even deal with it. I mean, I don't. They say to social distance and stay away from people and all that. I don't get around people no ways.
I've been staying away from people my entire life. I don't like people.
I don't like being in crowds. I never have been. And
that's what I don't understand. Some of these cities where they've banned fishing.
That was ridiculous.
That was retarded.
Yes.
Because
so. And that was absolutely ridiculous. It's the craziest thing I've ever heard. And they threatened to shut down a ramp or two around here. I'm like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I'd love to see them do that here. I honestly would. That would start a war.
They threatened it, but there wasn't no way they could do it.
Oh, just imagine what would happen if they did.
Yeah, shoot, people. I mean, that time of year that was going down, that was March. Whenever they started, man, our biggest bass spawn is in March. That would have never worked. And it had people going crazy here for a little bit. They never shut down any ramps, but
that would definitely be a bad idea if they did.
Oh yeah,
that would start some protests and all go downhill from there.
It's all a bunch of bull crap.
It's all about compliance.
Yep, and I'm not good at complying.
Yeah, me either.
So, I don't know. Just glad that it's starting to kind of get behind us a little bit. And like I said, it the way they talk, it'll never go away, but it is what it is. Let's move on with life, find a way to move on with life and be done with it, So
I'm ready for life to return back to normal and everything is the way it was before.
I mean, I don't. Eventually, you would figure it would have to, But
the way it's going now, it looks like I'll turn about 55 and people will still be wearing masks because of COVID.
yeah. So, I mean, every time you do look at some sort of social media or something, they're talking about a new strain of it or some crap like that. I mean,
You know, it's a coronavirus.
yeah. Well, I mean,
And there have been,
they act like we've never seen anything like this before.
I mean, we have. What
We've
about
been dealing with the
influenza and
flu
stuff?
since what, World War II?
Oh,
World War
before that, I
One,
think it came
whatever
around like
was.
1911 or something, didn't it?
Yeah, something.
It
Yeah,
was called the
World War
Spanish flu.
One. I mean, and the flu has killed more people than the coronavirus ever thought about killing.
Yeah, because the only difference between the flu and the coronavirus is the flu is less infectious but more deadly.
Yes, and well, I mean, like most of the people that are actually catching the coronavirus and dying from, different symptoms and whatnot, chances are, if they was to catch a flu, it'd be the same thing. Because most of the people that died from the coronavirus died from like pneumonia or something like that.
I was told, I have never verified this, but I was told, I think this was sometime last year in, I think about September, some kid was shot 20 times and they marked him to be dead from coronavirus.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've heard the same stories from around here, from pretty reputable sources. There was a girl that died in a car wreck down here, and just so happened to have the coronavirus, and they marked her as one of the deaths. And I guarantee you that attributed to some of Louisiana's totals. And
I don't know anybody around here who has died of it.
I mean, me personally, I don't know anybody that has contracted it and passed away. I mean, I know people that know people, but I've not. Oh, crap. Hold on just a second. Well, I'll have to look at that in a little bit. Service call coming in. Hopefully it ain't for tonight. So, but yeah, I don't know anybody personally that has passed away from it or with it, And, I've been exposed several times.
Have you gotten it?
And I mean, well, my job, it's only a matter of time before I work for the public. I'm gonna be around it all the time. And,
I've gotten it, and all it gave me was a headache.
I had a buddy that got it or whatever, and last April he contracted or whatnot. He went to work. He went to work on a Monday and got talking about how he went and ate crawfish, and he couldn't really taste them. And they told him, no taste is a sign of coronavirus or whatnot. He said, well, I need to go get tested then. Well, he tested positive, and he sat at his house for 2 weeks tested positive, and he said that is the only symptom he had was he couldn't taste it.
For me, it was just a headache.
Very good. And,
if I didn't know that thing was around and that people were testing for it or anything, I probably wouldn't even know that I had it.
No. I mean, dude, I get headaches all the time.
Yeah, that's, heat headaches coming home from work.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, it's nothing. And like I said, I'm not making light of the situation because there has been people that have problems with it. And there's people that, have to go to the hospital with it, on a ventilator with it. I understand that. I'm not making light of the situation. But I guarantee you, everybody that has had to go had an underlying condition that got worse with them because of it.
Basically,
it's like any illness,
Basically, it's just a matter of how it gets you.
Yeah.
If you're out of shape and you've got things wrong with you, it's just a matter of time before something gets you.
Exactly. I mean, it's exactly like having the flu, for instance. I mean, the flu can do the same thing to you. Anything, dealing with your lungs or anything. It's I don't know.
It's just a new problem we got to deal with.
Yep. That's it. We just got to deal with it.
We can't just go around
I don't
pretend that
agree
it's
with
going to
them
go
shutting
away
down.
when we know it's not.
Yeah, I don't agree with them shutting down the entire country. I mean,
What do they do that for? I mean,
I don't know.
can you imagine what the fallout of this is going to be when we actually finally do start opening back up?
Well, there's a lot of stuff that's not going to open back up. That's the problem.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Like we had a Hooters
there's
forever
a
down
whole
here.
entire store that went bankrupt in my
Yeah,
area.
like I said, we had a Hooters forever here, and since
Hooters.
coronavirus hit, a Hooters.
I always wanted to go one of them.
Well, you know, we've had one forever here, as long as I can remember. As soon as the coronavirus hit and they shut down, they're turning it to something else now. It's not ever going to be a Hooters. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy, and there's a bunch of stuff like that that's gone that away.
Nothing here closed down.
I mean, we had several places that shut down.
They closed our schools, and that was right before I graduated. They closed our schools.
Yeah.
And the next year, they decided it was a stupid idea, so they just opened everything back up.
Yeah.
Everything's normal. You'll see people going around with masks, but that's about it.
Yeah. I mean, there's still people here that wear masks. And like I said, I'm not totally disagreeing with masks.
Do they get mad
it's a bad idea.
Do they get mad at you at Walmart if you don't wear a mask?
No.
They don't care over here.
No, they don't care here either.
I've been to a McDonald's and none of the employees wear masks.
No, I mean there's stores all around here that don't wear masks.
I mean, how can they expect people who work there for several hours a day to wear that mask all day?
I mean, there's places around here that it's required for employees to wear masks, and I don't see how they do it, to be honest.
Like
there is no way
here
I
they
can
just
go to
ignore
work
it
for 8 hours a day and have to wear a mask. No way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's impossible.
That's probably how people are dying, wearing those masks.
Well, I mean, I'd have to agree with you there. It's not good to sit there and
I can actually see how people could get pneumonia wearing those masks.
Well, I mean, it's not only that. The mask is not necessarily. I mean, think about it this way. Whenever you do put on a mask, and I don't care what mask you put on, what are you constantly doing? You're constantly reaching up there and fixing the dang thing, right?
Yep.
I mean, because it's going to slide around your face. You're constantly messing with it. Well, that's just bringing your hand right there by your face. I mean, they're overthinking this crap.
You know, I saw a pretty.
I mean, yes, you need to wash your hands. You need to do that. You know, you need, but that's common sense stuff. You need to wash your hands anyways, regardless whether there's a virus or not. I mean,
Exactly.
There's nothing new. I mean,
I used to get mad
at hygiene. You need to be cleaning yourself anyways.
I used to get mad at people at school because you'd go to the bathroom and do your business in there, and then see those kids. Nobody washes their hands, and I'm always like,
no,
dude, wash your hands. I don't want to touch.
Anytime you go to the bathroom, you wash your hands.
I don't want to touch stuff thinking that you've gotten urine all over yourself, and then you touch stuff in the classroom, and then I have to touch it.
Well, exactly.
I mean, that's how people get diseases.
Exactly. I mean, it's common sense stuff. Wash your hands. It's oh Lord, you're gonna get me on a rant here in a minute.
Should have titled this "Wash Your Hands."
Yes, just wash your hands. That's all you gotta do. But yeah, I mean, it's like I was thinking that earlier today when I was having to wear that face mask, and I was just constantly just over and over trying to fix my dang mask.
I saw a pretty stupid post, but it makes a lot of sense. It went something along the lines: whenever you fart, you can smell that. Does that mask really help you?
Yeah, I've seen that before too.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I mean,
it's kind of like these masks that's made out of underwear and stuff. They don't stop a fart. Are they going to stop a virus?
Nope.
I mean,
if anything, they're just going to help you get the virus.
You would think so. I mean, it stands to reason that you would. Anything that's all confined. It's not. I don't know. Like I
The
said,
only
it's
thing that
not.
bothers me about the whole entire thing is, you remember seeing footage from like the pollution in China and everybody's always wearing masks?
Yeah.
That's what scares me about it. That's like what it almost seems like that's what they're trying to do here.
Well, exactly. I mean, it's not only that. Like the reason there's so much pollution in China like that is because there's too many people.
Not only that, but it's a third world country.
Exactly. Well, you're
A lot
just
of people,
so
a lot
close
of
to
misinformed
everybody.
people out there think China is rich. Well, yes, the government's rich, but the people are dirt poor.
Yep. So,
If you look
like I
around,
said,
there's
this
it's just
virus is
so
not.
sad.
It's not all they say it is. Like I said,
It's
if
not
if
the
you're
Ebola
smart,
virus. It's not gonna kill you.
if you're
Well, I
smart,
mean, it might,
keep
but
clean, basic hygiene, you can get past it. So, I mean, if it's as bad as they say it is, I should have done caught it 3 or 4 times. I mean, I'm
if
not
it
gonna
if
lie.
it is as bad as they say it is, the whole entire country should have been wiped out. Like
Well,
they make it sound like Ebola,
mm-hmm. Times a
and
thousand.
not just a new form of flu.
Yeah.
If they were to come out and say, "Look, this is a new virus. It's kind of like the flu. There's going to be people who are going to die, but we're all mostly going to make it," we would have been fine. But no, they had to fearmonger.
Yep. So I don't know. Like I said, it's the media has just taken it and thrown it fully out of proportion.
I got so pissed off when the media started doing the daily COVID totals, and
Yeah.
I just turned everything off. Just sick and
Oh
tired
yeah.
of it. I don't want to see this crap.
No, I was completely done with it after this started. I was getting to the point where I was almost done with it anyways, but it just got between the whole politics and the whole political race, the president race and everything. I just got to where I couldn't watch it no more. I stayed so
You
mad.
know, I
And
like to watch politics every now and then, but that's when you hear stuff like all these, you know the thing, but that's about it.
yeah,
You watch people mess up, but
like I said, I stayed mad so often that I couldn't watch all that crap. It's just insane. And there's no point in staying mad like that. It's not good for yourself to do that.
I didn't watch the news. But did they show all the wrecks across the South when they had this?
Uh,
No, they
I,
were worried about what Ted Cruz was doing.
yeah, no doubt. I mean, I seen a little bit
I
on
mean,
them
come
couple
on,
of wrecks.
the guy happens to go on vacation during a bad week. So what?
Yeah, they tried to hang the guy because of it. I mean, it's
I mean,
ridiculous.
just let the guy go on vacation. When's the last time he's gone on vacation? This is like the first time in forever.
What does it matter? You know,
What's it their
why are
business?
you worried about this guy's personal life? And
I mean, he's got a
that's what
family. I mean,
yeah. I mean, he's still just an average person, and regardless whether he's a
just
representative
because
or
you're a
whatever, it
politician
doesn't
doesn't
matter.
mean you have to be a
You don't have to
politician
end your complete
24/7.
life. You know, yeah, it's all that crap, mate. Was pretty aggravating too. So
I saw something today, and I swear I hope it's false, but it was saying that one of the new gun control laws could make about a third of the country criminal.
yeah, I guess I'll just have to be a criminal then.
You know what? I kind of hope they do that because that's gonna wake people up, and that's not gonna go in the direction they want it to go.
Or I keep thinking of that way, but I really don't think it will. I wish it
They
would.
probably won't do it. They're just gonna say they're gonna do it, but they won't do it.
No, or they'll
It'll be
sneak
like
it.
the impeachment trials. Just waste a bunch of tax dollars
Oh yeah.
and fill their pockets, and that's about it.
Yep.
I'd love to know, how do these people have you seen what the salary of an average congressman is? It's about 100,000, something like that.
Yeah.
How do they become multimillionaires? How do you become a multimillion? Honestly, just you have to be doing something in the background.
It's a lot easier than you think, I'd imagine.
Yeah, you just got to know the right people to fill your pockets. About
Yeah.
right.
It's all about getting your pocket filled while you're in office. So.
Didn't they say Trump was like the only politician in history whose net worth actually went down while he was in office?
Yep. His net worth went down quite substantially. Several $100 million.
And they want to blow the guy up for being corrupt.
Yep. Sure do. But yeah, I think like $300 or $400 million that his net worth went down.
Well, that's a lot of money in 4 years.
Exactly. And he didn't draw a paycheck the entire time he was in office. So, did not draw a paycheck.
That's crazy.
Yep. He did the whole presidency for free.
Not very many people would do that.
Nobody.
I know I wouldn't. I mean, that's $400,000 a year. I'd keep that.
Yep. So, but no, we won't talk about that. We won't talk about how that happened.
Sometimes I wonder if the founding fathers are looking down and
they're rolling her in their grave.
Just like, what? If they saw what this is going to like, what this country is like now, they'd probably be like, why even bother?
Yep. What did we do all that for? Seems like it was a waste of time now.
They really need to go back to teaching about how the flag actually stood up.
There's a lot of stuff they need to go back to doing, but they won't.
You know, I learned more in the year out of school than I did the whole entire time, my whole entire 12 years in school.
Oh, yeah. It's typically how it goes.
It used to not be like that from what my dad said.
Yep. Well, you know, school in general.
Government got involved and screwed it all up.
Yep. Let's see here.
What are you making there?
This is a crappie jig.
No, I couldn't tell because it's tiny on the screen. It looked like a little plume there.
Yeah, it's a bucktail jig. I'll get it closer to the screen for you.
I have a couple of those that I found.
Yeah.
It's always fun to go fishing and then find an entire tackle box worth of stuff that people lost.
I wish I knew how many tackle boxes I've lost in my time.
Who knows? I probably found one of yours. A tornado probably picked it up and threw it over here.
I know I went fishing one night and I got in the boat. I unloaded the boat and whatnot, and I got in it and I was like, crap, I forgot to load my tackle boxes up.
How many times have you inhaled any kind of bug while trying to reel in a big catfish?
I've inhaled a lot of bugs, but not while reeling in catfish.
That was pretty funny when it happened to me, because my dad brought in a big cat and he inhaled one, started choking on it. I don't know what he inhaled, like a moth or something, just because on our boat there we have these little. My dad bought Jeep lights, like the headlights, like the fog lights for Jeeps. He put them on the bottom to light up the water at night.
Yeah.
So I guess that's how it was. They were attracted to it, and when he leaned over to pull the cat out, he inhaled the thing, and he started choking on it.
Oh, wow.
He eventually coughed it up, and immediately after,
Let's see.
I inhaled one.
That's it right there. Kind of.
Yeah, I have a couple of those.
See, I made this one earlier. No, this one I made yesterday. It's a little different. Got feathers back here. Little chenille body. Where's the one I made earlier? I can't find it now. Crap everywhere. So.
Do you ever flip your tackle box over and then just say screw it and just leave it the way it is?
Oh yeah, dude. If you seen my tackle box, it is nothing but a big Tupperware jug.
My dad's always like, you got to keep your stuff neat. And I said, only to just kick it over and just mess it all up again.
What's up, Tubby? How's it going, man? Dude, I done made like 2 or 3 jigs tonight, and I have no idea where they're at. I have already
I finally got a new reel on my 8-footer.
Yeah.
Because on the old reel, I stepped on the handle and broke it.
Here's this one I made. It's got silicone skirt to it.
I have a couple of those that somebody lost. You know, I actually went fishing in Pickwick right down from the dam.
Yeah.
And there was a plastic bottle with a line tied onto it, and it had 2 of those on it. Like, I don't know what they were trying to achieve there, like with a plastic bottle holding that, but
trying to catch fish without having to be there.
that's about right.
Tubby, that's all right, brother. You do what you got to do. I understand. I'm gonna have to work here in the morning too. So, but yeah, I've done that before. Tied on some baits to some jugs and tried to catch some fish. But
I forgot what they call that trot line.
on a trot line,
Yeah.
it's a little different than jug.
My dad always describes it, just put jugs at 2 ends and throw it out and put some bait on the hooks and throw it out in the river.
On trot line, what we normally do, a trot line will hook up on either end, and what you'll do is you'll have about 20, 25 hooks or more. It just depends on what you want, and but usually they're anchored on either side. And I've seen them done with jugs on either end, but I've always sank mine. But like I said, the lake I fish on, you don't really. I mean, you don't need jugs to see them. Really.
I've fished in a pond before, but never kept anything.
Yeah.
But is there a difference in flavor between river fish and pond-grown fish?
It really depends on how the water is, to be honest. I mean, that's any kind of fish, really. I mean, if you've got running water, they typically tend to eat better. I mean, they'll taste better than just standing water. But then again, the bigger the water source you got, the cleaner the water is. So,
yeah.
And like the lake I fish on is 15,000 acres. And
do you guys have? I don't remember what that's called, but it's almost like the kudzu of water. It's like some kind of flowering plant that's extremely invasive. They spotted it on the Tennessee River, and now we have lookout signs for it. We got to pull it out if we see it.
Giant Sylvania.
Yeah, something like that. It's some kind of flower, and it's just extremely invasive.
Yeah,
it'll swallow an entire pond.
What you're talking about it sometimes it makes kind of a purplish flower to it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's giant.
I've never seen it, but
got it. And it's really invasive. We've got one.
I've never seen it, but I heard that it's supposed to be here.
Yeah, there's a lot of places that won't even let you bring your boat if you've been in a lake with giant Sylvania. They're pretty tough about it in places. Down here,
it looks pretty, but it's grows a little too fast, like kudzu.
Yeah, it grows real fast.
I've seen kudzu grow across the road in just a single day.
Yeah, kudzu's pretty bad stuff. Kudzu's real bad stuff.
I wonder if it's that bad where it grows naturally.
I don't know. I hear them talk about how that giant Sylvania will take over a lake.
It will. I've seen pictures of it.
I've never seen it so bad that it takes over a lake. I mean, I know there's a lake right down. My mother-in-law lives on a lake that it's pretty bad on, but it's a real clear, deep lake. Now, if it ever got into my home lake, it could be pretty bad.
If I would see it, if you would see it in there, if I was you, I'd just rip it out as fast as I could.
Yeah. Well, see, the bad part about giant Sylvania is it's a floating vegetation.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be rooted to the ground to grow.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it can drift around and grow just floating on top of the water. And,
see, we get all these weeds. Why can't we get coconuts to show up one day? Well, I mean, that's we're too cold for that, but you know what I mean. Something useful.
Yeah, no doubt. So, I mean, like there's hydrilla, coontail, all that, and it's not bad. It can be not necessarily invasive, but it can take over a waterway. My personal opinion, if you've got hydrilla and you've got, different types of aquatic vegetation, that's not necessarily a bad thing to have. The lake
because that aerates the water.
Oh yeah, it filters the water real good, and I mean, it oxidizes the water during the daytime, and the nighttime is different. Nighttime vegetation in the water kind of decreases the oxygen at nighttime, and but even at that, the better the water you have, the less problems you will have with that later, and I don't know, like the giant Sylvania, I don't think really does anything for your water. It just kind of takes over, and that's all it is.
It's just there. It's just
it's not benefiting nothing, and I mean it can get so bad that you can't even run a boat across it.
I've seen pictures of it in Florida where it's so bad.
Yeah,
I don't think even a gator would want to swim in that water.
Well, I don't think they can.
Yeah, I mean
it's so thick, it just bundles up so bad on top of the water. Like I've got a little bayou right here pretty close to the house that gets duckweed in it pretty bad, and all duckweed is a floating vegetation too.
We got a couple of those around here, just little bayous, but we don't have anything growing in them except for kudzu.
Yeah, well, like duckweed, it's a tiny. I mean, you're talking
about duckweed is native to there, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
it's not. I've never seen it here because our water moves too fast. But I'm sure down
something that the plant is about as big as that top of that head right
there.
Yeah, it's a little bitty. But
wait, duckweed is that little that green film that forms on top. Almost, it looks like.
Well, that's basically what duckweed
is. Yeah,
and,
I forgot what that was. Yeah, we got that here.
Yeah. And I mean, it grows different in different places. Sometimes it gets bigger, sometimes it doesn't. But it almost looks like it's pollen on top of the water.
Yeah, except it's green.
Yeah, and it can get bad, but it's not uncontrollable. You can still go through it.
There's something in our river, in the Tennessee River, during a certain time of the year, usually when it's really, really hot. It smells really bad. Yeah. And like on the pontoon, it will cover the pontoons in this brown, nasty film, and it's impossible to clean off.
That stuff almost looks like a foam, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about. I think that has a lot to do with the bottom composition turning over during the heat of the summer. And I think that's a lot of the bottom rising to the surface.
Yeah, because
it smells terrible.
Yeah,
and it is almost impossible to get off aluminum pontoon. I mean,
it took me a month to clean it off.
I tell you what, next time it happens, get some scrubbing bubbles and use scrubbing bubbles on it. Scrubbing bubbles works fantastic on fiberglass boats.
My dad just gave me an aluminum cleaner.
Yeah. I try scrubbing bubbles next go around. I think it'll help you a little bit better. Aluminum cleaner works decent, but
I just don't like using aluminum cleaner because it's kind of like acid, and if you get it on yourself, it can hurt you.
Oh yeah, so I've got some acid out here that I use to clean aluminum coils that'll burn it off there, but it'll change the color of your aluminum too.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. So, well,
You
shoot,
how's Asian carp down there?
very few. I mean, we've got them in places, but I mean, like on rivers and whatnot. But
There's some places here that you literally better wear a hard hat
yeah,
because
I know I got on
these
the.
things get big and they jump and
Mhm.
they can cause some damage. And if they
Oh
hit
yeah,
you in
they
the
can
head,
knock
that's
you
going to
out.
hurt. That
I
can knock a
was
tooth out or two, you know?
it was a couple of years ago. I was fishing a tournament on the river down here and got pretty far back up in a river lake and was idling pretty heavy and got a few jumping like that. And yeah, that's kind of scared the crap out of me for a minute.
I remember the first time they showed up here,
Yeah.
and I just remember one of them was huge. It sounded like a freight train dropping into the river.
Yep.
I looked at my dad and said, "What was that?"
I remember
He
one of
just-
the first carps I ever seen. That thing was a monster. I was fishing some real shallow water in a pretty clear lake down here and was trying to find some spawning bass and whatnot and trying to do some sight fishing. And I seen one come through the grass on it. I said, good God Almighty, what a fish. And it was just a big carp. It wasn't Asian carp, but that thing was probably 4 foot long. It was huge. And
I caught something. I've never been able to identify. It had its like a circular mouth and it was on the bottom.
yeah,
Caught one of those and it was like 3 feet long. It wasn't very heavy though for that size. It was just
huh. Did it kind of look like one of them sucker fishes in an
it
aquarium?
did, but it didn't have a sucker on it. You know,
Oh, heck.
it's definitely a bottom feeder.
Yeah. Wasn't a buffalo, was it?
I thought it was, but it wasn't.
Huh.
It was just something weird. Probably just a weird mutated Asian
Yeah.
carp or something.
I mean, I'll catch a fish every now and then that would be kind of weird, but you know,
I seen a catfish without missing an eyelid.
oh heck, huh? That's weird.
Yeah, it was kind of strange.
So
It was just flat on one side.
I caught a fish one time. It was when I was pretty young. I was down on a dock fishing beside my house, and I caught it. That sucker was like a good 11, 12 inches long, but it was like 6 or 8 inches wide. And I was like, what in the heck is this? Like, oh my God. What I mean, you know, it resembled a crappie in a way, but it wasn't a crappie by no means. I knew it wasn't a crappie. I'm like, what in the hell is this thing? And finally I took it up to my dad. I'm like, Dad, what is this? And it was a big shad. I'm talking about the biggest shad I've ever seen in my life.
Shad gut's good stuff for catfish.
Oh yeah. At the time I didn't realize shad got that big. I mean,
You know,
like
the first
this
time.
thing was a solid 12 inches long, and it was like every bit of 6 inches wide.
Have you ever seen a mature goldfish?
Yeah.
That's the ugliest thing on the planet.
Oh, yeah. Fat. Them things get fat.
I wonder if they have good meat on them, though.
I don't know. You know,
I wouldn't want to try that. They look kind of,
Yeah, they look ugly. But
Would you eat a piranha?
Do what?
Would you eat a piranha?
I about near have to. It's almost just like a bluegill.
Yeah.
You know, I'd about near have to. I love bluegill.
They
I can see where a big
Brazilians love them.
Tasty.
I bet you they taste good because
I bet they taste just like bluegill.
Probably better. Probably just like chicken.
I mean, you'd get a lot more meat off of them. So, I'd have to try it. But,
I saw this weird stingray whenever I was on vacation in Greece. I didn't know there were stingrays over there, but this thing was about the size of about the size of a dinner plate, but it was red.
Oh wow!
I saw it. I was just exploring there on the beach because I actually found pieces of an ancient building there. Like I found a pillar, so I started looking around to see what was under there because It was in pretty shallow water, and I saw the thing swimming there. It was pretty cool.
Huh. I
And
wanna
then
get
the
in.
very next day, I watched a documentary about lethally poisonous snails, and I was scared to get in the water.
Yep. You know, that's how Steve Irwin died. He got stung by a stingray.
Yeah.
The crocodile hunter or a crocodile man or whatever. He got stung in the chest by a stingray.
Yeah, those things are dangerous.
So, but yeah, that's cool to find something like that on the beach. You know, I want to get into
Yes.
metal detector.
Oh, I've got a metal detector.
I've got one, but it's a cheap one. I
Yeah.
want to get a good metal detector and get into some metal detecting.
I took it over there. I never used it on the beach. I should have.
Yeah, no doubt.
But especially finding that, can you imagine what I would have found there?
Oh, there ain't no telling.
That island was.
New and
I could have
old stuff.
probably even found Persian gold over there.
That would have been sweet.
Because that island, have you ever heard of the Colossus of Rhodes?
Maybe.
It's one of the missing ancient wonders.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the island I was on.
Oh heck. Yeah, I'd love to go do some metal detecting and whatnot.
I'd love to go to places like that. Places where things have been for thousands of years. Because we don't have anything like that here.
No.
But what we do is not,
well, it's
as
Native American stuff.
Yeah, there wasn't really much gold there, but
Yeah.
But even in
Man,
Europe,
one of these days I'm gonna go do some gold mining. Not mining, but painting and whatnot.
what we got to
on my
do is we
bucket
got to get together. We got to dig a giant hole and try to dig to China, see what we can find.
list. So,
I used to do that when I was little. I used to dig holes and try to go as deep as I could. Wouldn't
here
make it past 3 feet. Just gave up after that.
me and my brother, when we were young, we we used to always go out in the woods and make little forts and whatnot like that. And we decided one time we was going to dig us a swimming pool. And we got to digging, boy. We dug like a sun gun for a couple of hours. We didn't make it very deep, but we dug right next to a creek, and we had this tarp. And we dug this little old hole, put this tarp down in it, and then dug over to the creek so it'd start filling it up. And it actually worked really well.
My uncle in the Czech Republic, the house they live in, their church helped them get it.
Uh-huh.
And so he wanted to build, because it's right next to the river, so he wanted to build like a little area where they could, have go down to the river and see stuff.
Yeah.
And so when he was digging that out, see, he did it all by hand.
Yeah.
And he found a World War II missile, still shiny, sitting in the soil there.
Ooh.
Yeah, he had to call the police department, and they sent the bomb squad over there. He had pictures of it. There was like 30 cop cars lined down the street and the bomb squad van picking the thing out.
Huh. That's crazy.
They find stuff like that all the time over there.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, they were repairing a railroad, and they found a bomb just sitting right under the railroad.
Oh, wow.
Can you just imagine if that sat there any longer and all the heavy trains going off over that? That could be ugly.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, initially, the first thing they would think of would be a terrorist attack.
Not over there, because they get stuff like that all the time. That's not really a country where terrorists. Well, now it is, because now it is getting pretty rich. Now it's kind of stalled off.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always been a nice little country. It's not poor, not really not a place where billionaires would be, but it's definitely not poor. The people are all happy, and everybody's got making a living there. And now, like the last time I was there, the cities have changed completely. They've got skyscrapers there, stuff that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
And that just changed in 3 years.
Wow. Oh, goodness. Oh, turn my phone up like that. I can't hardly see nothing.
You need to make a gallium sinker.
What's that?
Yeah, that is a metal that melts up at about 83 degrees Fahrenheit. Right? 83 or 85, I don't remember.
Well, heck, that ain't going to do me no good. Our water temp get almost 90 around here.
That's exactly what. No, it's just fun to play with. But it's
Yeah.
very expensive from what I saw.
Oh, I'm sure it
That would
is.
be one expensive sinker.
No doubt. That's about like messing with tungsten and whatnot. I mean, that's a high dollar metal. I mean, I'm sure that stuff you're talking about is more, but
Yeah,
they used to have a bunch of tungsten sinkers, and I don't know. I still
I
like them,
used
you
the
know.
first time I've ever seen tungsten was a tungsten rod when I started MIG welding.
Yeah.
My welding instructor got so mad at me the first time because I dropped it, and you know how they had that ceramic ring around it. He wasn't really mad, but he was just making fun of me because I dropped it and it cracked.
Yeah.
And I got upset. I was like, no, now I'm gonna have to pay like $100 or something to fix this. But he had a replacement. He's like, oh, this happens all the time.
Dang. Oh, man.
MIG welding is fun. Not very many sparks from that.
Yeah, no doubt.
You could do that with your t-shirt on. I know some people that
Everything with my
weld with their
t-shirt on
t-shirt
anyway.
on. I just couldn't do that because
Yep.
if you
Any
get
welding
one
I've
good.
ever done, I did with just a t-shirt on because I'm an idiot. So
Me, I'm not really scared to get burned, but it's just, you know,
it is a
if you
major
get,
inconvenience.
yeah, it's amazing. It doesn't feel very good when you start to smell seared flesh, you know.
Yeah, no doubt. Like, I've got a big fear, like solder and copper, of that solder falling down and hitting me. And so far, it had never happened. And I've been doing it for about 16 years.
You know, the dumbest thing I've ever done was when I was about 2 years old. That we had a campfire, and I was running around it. That's like the first time I ever remember seeing fire. And for
Yeah,
some reason, I had the bright idea to reach out and touch it.
it was shiny and pretty.
Yeah, it was shit. I wasn't really like crying or anything. I was mad and I wanted to beat it up.
Dang. Well, dude, I need to run in here. It's already 10:15. I need to get in here and get to bed.
Yeah, I need to get ready for work tomorrow.
Yep, that's me too. But it's good to see you again, talk with you
Yeah,
and
buddy.
everything. And
Hopefully, weather gets right and we can finally go fishing.
no doubt, I'm waiting on that. I'm hoping to go this weekend, but they're saying some rain's going to move in, so I don't know. We'll see. Which I'm sure the
Oh,
water
heck,
temp's
I'd go
still
fishing
pretty
in the rain
cold.
if I'd had to. It's been so long.
Yep, we'll see how it goes. You know, I need some more fish in my freezer. So, but anyways, well, it's good to talk with you, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, well, we'll holler back at y'all later on.
All right.
All right, be good.